glove. That was more of the issue there.
But here's the thing. Mendoza is
it's like the opposite of OJ, you know.
Good point.
That could be a Mandela effect right there.
Exactly. But I'm pretty sure I remember him trying the glove on saying it doesn't fit. And they were like, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
You must have quit. And that worked. That was the difference.
Yes, it did. What a great line.
It was a great. I mean, he used bars, and that's crazy because all he did was rapping in the courtroom, and it took, somebody wrote that bar for him. Anyway, Mendoza is a solid person, and it's almost so like we got acclimated to how corny of a good dude. He's so good. It's like kind of comes across like everybody was like, oh my gosh, I'm cornied out. Like he's a corny dude type of deal. And I just don't know that it's fun to cover him. He's too good.
Wait, what?
He's not talking.
So you're saying, so it's true. When they were like, you should get arrested or something, you were on that.
Hey, Brady Quinn, 100%.
Yeah.
If the dude got arrested or was seen throwing money in the strip club,
get a prosty.
Everybody's going to talk about him. But he's too clean. He's too clean. There's no story there. Nothing here. Moving on. I like this segment.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and when production shifts, your workforce has to keep up without driving costs up. Express Employment Professionals connects manufacturers with skilled talent fast, contract or full-time, so the job gets done right. Need assemblers, machinists, quality inspectors, maintenance techs, or production leaders? Get started at expresspros.com to find the right people when you need them and reap the benefits of a flexible workforce. Hire smarter and faster with your local Express office. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Jumping on I-35 northbound this morning, you're stopping, going that usual spot from Highway 45 up to William Cannon. Right now, about 15-minute slowdown, and 15 minutes tacked onto your drive as well on 290 westbound from FM 1100 to FM 973. But we're traffic-free over on Mopac southbound from Breaker into downtown. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
Hey, sports fans, Craig Way here. On the field, injuries can take even the best out of the game. But when you're sidelined because of someone's negligence, that's when you call the legal MVP, Dan Christensen.
Thanks, Craig. At DJC Law, we tackle the tough cases so clients can focus on recovery. And that's why we have a 99% win rate.
If you're injured in a wreck, call 512-888-9999. That's 512-888-9999 or teamjustice.com. Principal office, Austin, Texas.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this, but I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%, and that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Hey everyone, April is National Volunteer Month, and what better time to be a part of something big? Realize the Dream is rallying the nation to reach 100 million hours of service by Dr. King's 100th birthday in 2029. Every hour you give, every neighbor you help makes a difference. Whether it's volunteering at your local school, helping out at a food bank, or simply lending a hand to a friend in need, your actions matter. Let's build stronger communities and a better future together. Ready to make history? Head over to realizethedream.org and get started today.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Smith, length of the floor, layup doesn't go, ball knocked around, flung down the floor, Caravan trying to track it down, and he will. And it's over. Hail to the champions. Hail to Michigan. For the first time in 37 years, the Wolverines win the national title.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Turn the Page Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. The national champions of men's college basketball is the Michigan Wolverines, and that means that the Big Ten has done the trifecta. North Carolina has a new coach, and it's an NBA champion. Texas football is back on the field, and we will talk Fan Fest. The defense is something that we need to pay attention to. Joe Cook of Inside Texas comes on at 7:34. Texas baseball and its midweek's opponent, and who is the NBA Rookie of the Year. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, Marcus is behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Carlos Santana and the Doobie Brothers. That's right, the Doobie Brothers. But you have to use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. I'll give you a keyword. You tap the microphone and you leave it. But if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do that as well. As you heard, the Michigan Wolverines defeated the Connecticut Huskies 69-63 in a game that was back and forth and bunch of bodies flying all over the floor. But the one thing that we've talked about is Michigan was there for the block party, and they continue to block every single shot. They contested, they fought, and now they are the national champion of men's college basketball. But here's the thing, and this is where the question lies. And like I said, you can hit us up on the text line, 81530. The Big Ten now has won the college football playoffs. They have won the men's national championship in basketball, and they won the women's national championship in basketball. The SEC dominance is, I'll let y'all fill in the blanks. But last night, what a big-time game.
It's on life support.
Yeah, exactly. So you look at what Michigan was able to do, got transfers, got length, got everything you could possibly want, including a national championship.
They got some of the best defensive interior stoppers. You know, we always talk about the effect of defense on the perimeter, being able to guard the ball. But if you can guard the big guys, the best in college, obviously that pays dividends, because we saw this year kind of the best players be the post guys. You know, you go from Carlos Boozer on down to Reed, now Lindenberg, like these big guys, you got to guard them. And you need people that are able to guard them, and Michigan had the best guys to do it.
The one thing that really hurt UConn was the fact that they couldn't put the putbacks. They had 22 offensive rebounds, so they had second chances. They just couldn't make those second chances. And you start to look at how the game ended up, and, you know, you can go back and forth. Michigan shot 2 of 15 from 3. UConn shot 9 of 33 from 3. So you start looking at the free throws. It was UConn had 16 free throws. Michigan had 28. They kept getting to the free throw line. They kept attacking the lane and getting in the paint, and they made the most of it. They shot 89% from the free throw line. 89.
Wow, that's huge. That's good. And Connecticut was in foul trouble.
Big time. Their stars were in foul trouble.
Like those guys, they pawed and reached too early. If you're going to paw and reach and go for the ball, do that in the fourth quarter. When you put yourself in on the bench yourself, or you have to play around not playing aggressively, that's how you get down 11.
Yep.
And they never really recovered, even being down at the half, and then going into the third and fourth quarter, you're always trying to fight back. And fighting back, you have to get hot. Did they get hot at any point?
They did not.
They did not get heater going.
Nope.
So, you know, what Michigan did, what Michigan does, and that's grind you down. And, you know, maybe that's the only thing that can stop Hurley is his team being cold, and they were cold.
They were cold early, and again, you mentioned the foul trouble, but we can't take away from what Michigan was able to do.
No, they put them in that spot. It wasn't like it just happened.
And this tournament proved to be one for the point guard. We always talk about guard play. We always talk about guard play and how important it is. And when your point guard can take care of the basketball, get the ball to the people that can score, that's all that matters. And he was named Outstanding Player of the Tournament.
The Final Four MOP, the most outstanding player, Michigan's Elliot Cadeau. Elliot, to be standing here tonight surrounded by these guys and know you've gotten to the mountaintop. Tell me how that feels.
Man, it just feels great being able to do this with the people I love in front of all these great fans. Shout out to the fans that pulled up. Shout out to y'all.
You picked a heck of a time to have your highest scoring game of this tournament, man.
Yeah, I did, for sure. Yeah.
When you think back on this team, with the guys who surround you now, what will be the lasting memory about this unit?
Just the unselfishness that everybody has. Nobody cared about stats the whole season. Nobody cared about nothing but winning. I'm just glad to be a part of that.
38 wins worth. Congratulations, Elliot.
Outstanding work right there. And that team continues to build. Now you get a national championship. You know that they're going to spend money on the program. They've already proven that. You've seen all the transfers. And as he said, it was more about the togetherness of what they were doing. They were moving the basketball. He was hitting them in pockets all game, all tournament long, and just was an effective point guard.
If you can shoot the three and you can get to the basket, but you put an emphasis on getting your teammates the ball in better positions, then you're winning. And, you know, they had that in him. I thought that earlier, I saw him play earlier in the season, and he looked to be more of a facilitator than a scorer. But as the season went on, his scoring ability got better. Maybe his confidence or whatever it was, but all through the tournament, he got guys the ball where they can score easier.
Yeah, last year he averaged 9.4. This year he averaged 10.5. He was at UNC last year, got a chance to transfer, got an opportunity to put the ball in his hand every time, and got the rewards of doing it. They only played 8 players the entire time, and they got it done. So impressive work by the University of Michigan. Now we got to wait and see what this next season is going to hold. I know one thing for the Texas women, it's going to hold something different because 3 players jumped in the portal yesterday for Texas women's basketball. Aaliyah Crump, one of my favorite players on the team, she is now looking for a new home, as is Justice Carlton. And Aaliyah Moore, who missed all of last season with an injury, is now in the portal. So Texas without 3.
It's not a death sentence.
They say it was a death sentence, but it was 2 players that were an important part of what Texas was able to achieve. Justice Carlton was coming on as the season went on, and you know, whatever the reason may be, but that these ladies have decided to get into the transfer portal. I really hope it's for legitimate reasons and not for something that could be fixed or whatever the situation may be. It's difficult to see some of the players that end up leaving, especially when one of them is number 5 ranked player coming out of her class.
Yeah, I think this is much of the same. You know, you go in the portal and you see what your value is, and Texas makes the moves to bring these ladies back. Like we're not at DEFCON 1 yet. This is just let's see what the market is for me, so we will know what to do.
We're just getting started here on a Masters week and a Turn the Page Tuesday. Coming up next, Texas football is back on the field today, but we got information around the spring quote-unquote game that ends up not being a game. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Draft day is coming. Time to get ready for the picks, the predictions, and the party at Rowdy Cowboy. Join us Thursday, April 23rd at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock for a live special NFL draft show you won't want to miss. Mike Hardball Hardge and the Zone Gang will bring you expert analysis and bold takes as the future of the NFL unfolds. From the first pick to the surprises, we'll break it all down. The Zone's NFL Draft Show, Thursday, April 23rd, starting at 2 p.m. at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
A new challenge for drivers this morning on the northbound side of I-35 at Highway 45. An accident blocks off 2 left lanes, causing a 20 to 25-minute backup. Delays start from Wells Branch Parkway. There's also a crash on FM 973 at Highway 290, and on 290 westbound, your stop and go from FM 1100 to FM 973. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is brought to you by Hectra.org.
The places you can go with an Easy Tag, and it's not just toll roads throughout Texas. You get seamless toll travel in Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, Colorado. Get your Easy Tag at hctra.org.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
With iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. If you manage a business or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way. Call 844-844-iHeart. Again, that's 844-844-iHeart.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've been dreaming of hosting a big dinner party, but I don't have enough plates.
Oh, that's easy.
Or bowls or cups or chairs.
So you need more everything. Well, IKEA has all your dining needs, from dinnerware and utensils to full dining sets.
Wow, everything but the kitchen sink.
Actually, we have those too. Get everything your dream kitchen needs at a price you didn't dream possible. In-store or online at ikea.us/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
When you struggle with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, you get used to not feeling 100%. I thought that was how it had to be. Until I discovered the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. They told me about new medications that weren't around back when I was diagnosed. They helped me find a specialist who gave me a new treatment plan. I'm feeling better than I ever thought I could. Don't settle for not feeling your best. Take action today to take care of yourself. Spill your guts. Learn more at spillyourguts.org.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Good morning, kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. iHeart. Mike Hardball, world's strongest man. Marcus behind the board. Coming up in the next segment, we'll have our guy Joe Cook of Inside Texas, talking all things Texas Longhorns, and of course talking about the transfer portal. It Texas women's transfer portal opened on Monday. Men's transfer portal opened today. So a lot of folks will be on the move as of today. Can't wait to see all the names that will be in it and see what moves will be made by the University of Texas as well. We also wanted to talk about Fan Fest, and you start to understand that what is happening at the University of Texas during this moment is the fact that everybody's talking about the football team, and you look forward to having the spring game. Well, there's not going to be a spring game. The news came out yesterday that it is going to be more of a fan fest. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that
what it was last time.
It is not going to be a game. It is going to be all about the fans. Slated, it starts. It's all free admission. I'm going to read it to you. It's all starting at 9:30 in the morning. All right? You get a fire sale. All the stuff that's there, student athletes, it goes from extra small to 5XL. You get your hands on all kinds of stuff that the coaching staff and other players and the teams had. Then you get a chance to get the Fan Day Street Fest. Same thing that we always does, multiple food trucks, 10 craft beers, Big Beertha will be out there. And you get a chance to see the Golden Hat, Cotton Holdings, Lone Star Showdown Trophy, all the things that you wanted to see, the Ferris wheel, the climbing wheel, the Midway, the fun slide, Smokey's Big Bevo Boulevard.
Your favorite, the Sky Ride.
Then you get a chance to get pictures with the Smokey, the Cannon, and Bevo. You get to have that on the lawn. But then it's practice. That's right. We talking about practice. Texas football has an open practice. You get a glimpse of the 2026 football team during the open period. Due to construction on the west side of the stadium, you'll only be able to sit on the lower bowl, general admission, first come, first serve. Well, then at 1:15, you get to get autographs from the players, and then you also get an on-field photo op. The event timelines, the parking garage and complimentary parking all opens at 9, fire sale 9:30, Fan Fest opens 9:30, and photo ops with Bevo and Smokey the Cannon. Gates for the stadium open at 10 a.m., 11 o'clock football practice, post-practice autographs, and, of course, you're invited to be on the field.
Fun time for all, except for the people that are football fans that thought that they heard Chris Del Conte say, we're going to have a spring game this year. That's it. The people that wanted to see football, hey, I need y'all to put that out your mind. just let it go. Enjoy yourself at practice.
Yeah. So
maybe they can get AI to come out and do a photo op and just have him for 2 hours just say, we talking about practice?
Yeah, we talking about practice. That's what they're not spending money.
Not a game.
They ain't spending no money on AI coming.
Not a game.
But
practice.
The one thing about it is, hey, look, they
hey, look what? Put a positive spin on this for me. Marcus, hold on a second. Let's posture and listen to this. Let's look at you. I don't want to. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say, man.
Oh, I just stumped. Oh my God, this is so good.
I don't know what to say, man.
You know you wanted to see a game, just like I did.
Everybody wanted to. And now we're just gonna see practice.
You know what I feel like doing? You know how like you tell your kid, like you go in the toy store or a candy store, you say, look, we're gonna get one thing, and then we're gonna come out here.
Yeah.
And then they see something that they want, and they go like this. That's what I'm doing. I'm pouting.
Yeah.
I'm pouting, and you can't do nothing about it.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, we don't get to see practice anyway.
Well, that's true.
But that's a problem. We should be able to see some of the practice.
I don't believe in that. I mean, I think select people should be able to go and say, oh, wow, that was impressive, because they're not going to tell anybody. They're not going to pull their phone out. Like, the reason that people are not having spring games is they don't want footage of what's new with their team.
Or more of the players than anything else. I mean, because you got a game plan anyway. You're going to game plan something.
Yeah, but
you're not going to show that at practices.
Them first two games, they won't see it coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still
and Texas is one of those teams that they play a dog. They don't dodge the smoke. So
I'm talking about, I want to see practice so I can see what's happening with this football team. There's a lot of new players. There's a lot to understand on what this wide receiver looks like, what this defensive back looks like. What is this particular kid who has been getting all the praise during these practices? I want to see that. I want to see what he's able to do against live competition. So there are certain things that, because look, let's put it what it is. There's a lot of universities that have open practices. There's a lot of universities that have people being able to go watch their practices, period. Because we've talked to the people. They've been at practice. They're not hiding anything.
Okay.
So my point of the matter is, you're right. We don't have to know every single thing that's going on, but at least let us
just march them out there and do some vanilla stuff.
Can we see it?
Can I get a peep?
Yeah, I mean, and the peep is really stretching. Like, because when they practice, we're here. So when you go to practice, most of the time you see them stretching in that window that they give you for practice. Yes, there's some footage of.
All right. Thank y'all for coming.
Yeah. All right. Now the gates are closed. Y'all get up on out of here.
Y'all are out of here. All right now, guys.
I mean, certain people get a chance to go over there and watch, as you mentioned, to your point. You don't have your phone out. You're not doing that. But you and I should be able to go to practice and be able to watch practice. We're not going out to tell everybody, oh, yeah. What we're getting are the reports from other people, which they're getting some sort of information from somebody. I mean, those are the types of things that I'm talking about. I want to be able to say, all right, I want to go lay eyes on Cam Coleman and really see what he looks like. We know he's going to put up numbers. We've seen it on the film.
Right.
But I want to see what he looks like in a burnt orange uniform.
I want to see Derek Cooper, because
that's what I'm saying.
Everybody is talking about him like, man, this dude is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
we all got a guy. I got Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him too.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things that you want to see from these teams. And I'm just messing with Texas. I understand what this is. This ain't my first time dealing with them. But I did want to see somebody actually going up against each other in the game.
Yeah, I would like to see the Cam Coleman versus Masco.
Yeah.
Like, just to see the matchup, a really good on-ball defender play against the best wide receiver.
Yeah, this is, just, whet your appetite a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Just wet your beak.
Yeah, just get wet the whistle a little bit. Be able to do that. You got to go out there and check it out. But
again,
there will be more things that are going to come here soon. And again, we'll have some more conversation, a lot of conversation tomorrow, because we do have media availability today, and we'll get an opportunity. I don't know if it's Coach Sark. I believe it's going to be Coach Sark. They had a scrimmage this past weekend. We'll get a chance to talk to our guy, Joe Cook of Inside Texas, coming up next, because his folks have done a really good job of reporting some of the things that have been happening during the week and during the practices. So we'll get a chance to talk to Joe about that. We'll also ask Joe about some of the news that's happening in college basketball, see what he thought about the championship game. But, of course, we got to talk Texas baseball, as Texas baseball takes on Incarnate Word tonight, and get his thoughts about Coach Schlossnagle making that trip to College Station and so much more. When we come back, Joe Cook of Inside Texas joins us right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A 30-minute slowdown caused by a wreck that blocks off 2 left lanes on I-35 northbound at Highway 45. You're now backed up from Howard Lane. The opposite direction, I-35 southbound at Woodward Street. Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane. There's also a wreck on FM 1825 at Wells Branch Parkway. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is brought to you by Hectra.org.
The places you can go with an Easy Tag, and it's not just toll roads throughout Texas. You get seamless toll travel in Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, Colorado. Get your Easy Tag at hctra.org.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The Instant Oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Over 250 years ago, America didn't like the taxes, so we dumped the tea. That same unstoppable spirit drives Ram trucks. Now, with the Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people with great deals on the Ram 1500, welcoming back the legendary Hemi V8, the most luxurious, technologically advanced, and strongest Ram 1500 ever. Or get a great deal on the most advanced Ram heavy-duty pickup ever with the available Cummins Turbo Diesel, delivering 1,075 pound-feet of torque, built to tow, haul, and dominate any challenge. All backed by a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Because nothing stops Ram. Hurry into your Ram dealer for the Declaration of Deals. Based on standard and available features offered, excludes BEVs, applies to 2026 model year vehicles, not transferable. Visit Mopar.com for complete details and a copy of the powertrain limited warranty. Cummins is a registered trademark of Cummins Inc. Ram and Hemi are registered trademarks of FCA US LLC.
Spurs beat the Sixers 115-102, but lost Victor Wembanyama in the second quarter due to a rib contusion. Men's NCAA championship, Michigan took down UConn 69-63 to win their first national title since 1989. The Rockies erupted with 8 runs in the fifth, beat the Astros 9-7 at Coors Field. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com. Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
I'm Daniel Alarcon. I'm John Green, co-host of the podcast The Away End with my old friend Daniel.
I remember the first time I took my oldest son to an actual live soccer game, and when you step out through the concourse and you can see the field, he did like that, like a sharp intake of breath, and he said, "This is so unusual for my eyes."
Oh, I love that. Together, we'll find out why, of all the unimportant things, football, soccer is the most important. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Away End with Daniel Alarcon and John Green, and listen now.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We are efforting our guy Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Joe Cook continues to do great work with his good friends over there at Inside Texas. As we talked about just a little while ago, Texas will be having the spring practice
extravaganza.
Fan Fest. Fan Fest is what it's all about. You get a chance to see all things Texas Longhorns during that time. But some of the conversations that have been happening throughout this week has been the O-line and D-line. What have they been able to see? How have they been able to go back and forth? We got a chance to talk to Gooseby last week. And, of course, we got a chance to talk to Brandon Baker. Both of those guys are excited about what they've been able to see from the football team, the offensive line, the backups. He's been getting an opportunity for everything. And so there's been a lot to talk about when it comes to that. And joining us now is our guy, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Joe, we were just talking about the Fan Fest and what's going on with that. But more importantly, we were talking about the offensive line and the defensive line and some of the names that continue to pop up. We talked about Colin Simmons before, about how he could wreck practice every single play if he wanted to. But the other part of it is there's some names that are starting to pop up, like Tyler Atkinson, the young linebacker, making his way as well.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a very fascinating weekend to kind of keep track of everything. We get the Thursday practice, get to talk to some players a little bit, and then we get the Friday practice at night in front of high school coaches, and it's a scrimmage. They're not going full bore, full team and tackle to the ground the whole time, but they're doing quite a bit of good work. And Tyler Atkinson is someone who they was really identified by people inside Texas talk to as, look, they are definitely, that guy has day one athleticism, and he's still learning how to be a day one linebacker, but you can find room on the field for day one athletes in certain situations. As far as the offensive line goes, at this point, even with Colin Simmons practicing and out there and having the capability to wreck games, it's one of those things where the offensive line seems to be holding its own. And that's it kind of remains to be seen whether that's because of, some enhanced skill at running back, or if the offensive line is just, making things happen a little bit better. But that's encouraging because, you have to take everything into account when you're thinking about this. And so the defense is being installed right now. They're learning where to go, where to be, that type of thing. So if they make a mistake on the fly, well, who's going to punish that mistake except for maybe someone like Connor Robertson and Hollywood Smothers? So it makes sense that the offensive line's doing a solid job these days. And, I don't think there's been anything just alarming about the spring practices so far. Everything you hear kind of makes sense to hear in the course of a spring practice. And, as long as they, knock on wood, stay healthy, it'll be pretty successful spring in my book.
Joe, everybody's talking about Cam Coleman and, Bishop and the Wingo and Mosley, the wide receivers. But I don't hear a lot of talk about Bo Masco and the Littleton, the guys that are covering these guys. Like, who's starting right now, and do they even have a starting lineup, or are they just working towards it?
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out who to put at the certain spots. I think you can feel pretty confident that your starting corners are going to be at least maybe not feel pretty confident, but you can have a good idea that Bo Masco, Grayson Littleton, and probably Cade Phillips are going to be out there. Cade Phillips is a true corner. He'll probably be a guy that they put on the boundary. Then it's figuring out between Masco and Littleton, okay, who do we put on that slot spot? And maybe does Kobe Black fit in there at one of the corner spots? Does Samari Matthews force his way onto the field? Masco is someone who's definitely held his own throughout the course of spring. Because he gets a lot of those reps at nickel along with Grayson Littleton, he's gotten a lot of one-on-one work with Will Muschamp at practice. That seems to be the position that he gravitates toward and does individual drills with. I think it's one of those things where they're going to put those guys on the field, and maybe they're interchangeable enough to where it doesn't really matter who's in what spot. But Bo Masco, definitely a player who I think was a little underrated coming from out of the portal. When you see somebody from Rutgers, you don't get all super excited. But against some quality Big Ten passing offenses last year, he had some good numbers, and it's playing out as he's doing his thing on the 40 acres.
We're talking to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can follow him on social at JosephCook89. Joe, another position that we don't talk a lot about and probably should start to hear a little bit more about it is the tight end position. With a young quarterback like KJ Lacey, obviously Sark wants to push the ball and do the things that he's doing, but he also wants to be able to use some of these tight ends. Nick Townsend played a lot last year in certain situations, but there's some other guys that have been making some noise as well.
Yeah, this has been a really good spring for Spencer Shannon. And tight end's just one of those positions that, when you think about recruiting rankings, it is so difficult to nail down because, sometimes you're getting guys who are going to eventually become offensive tackles. Sometimes you're getting guys who are, maybe kind of playing wide receiver for their team, but about 30 pounds later, they're going to be putting their hand in the dirt. And Spencer Shannon was someone who I think always was going to end up being a tight end with his hand in the dirt, but did his body catch up to where the position was going? He showed some signs last year, but he showed a lot of progress this spring, not only as a blocker, but as a pass catcher. He had 0 targets last year in the pass game. Now he's, being that multifaceted tight end with Michael Masunis being, there as well. They kind of have similar roles, but Shannon is not letting the Michigan State transfer kind of take all the spotlight.
Man, that is so good to hear. To hear a guy 6'7" that can, get up the field a little bit. I was wondering what was going to happen with him. What good news, man.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you run as many 2 tight end sets as Texas does, you're going to need those guys. And, at practice, one thing I noticed is the tight end roles are a little bit different. They have the inline guy and they have the move around piece. So it's kind of split in some drills what they work on. And they've given Spencer Shannon the chance to do a lot of different blocking stuff and work on that part of his game. And it's really taken in the course of the spring.
Joe, I wanted to transition to baseball. Obviously, Texas baseball is now, wins another series in South Carolina. That's the 4th one of the year. You have one sweep so far, but you lose one game, it seems, every weekend. But the big story is obviously Texas plays baseball tonight, but we're not playing, so we can talk about it. Jim Schlossnagle is making his trip to College Station this weekend. First time since he left after the College World Series. It's not going to be a fun time for old Coach Schlossnagle this weekend, is it?
No, I was talking with a few different people who probably follow Texas baseball closer than they follow Texas football. And I was kind of poking around the idea of is this going to be as bad as when Chris Beard went back to Lubbock in 2022? And the overwhelming consensus of everybody I was talking to was, no, it's going to be much worse. So I am fascinated by what's going to happen. I know it's going to be ugly. This rarely happens. And I know coaches really don't like this because it can partially derail a season. But this is one of those times where I think people on the team need to be like, all right, coach, we got your back.
Yep.
We're going to get this for you. We're going to win this. We're going to make sure the distraction is gone by us, taking and winning a series or winning a game or something like that. And you don't want to say it's all about Schloss. And because I remember I asked Beard a few years ago, right after that game, do you not think this was about you? He's like, no, this was about the players. And that was a very Beard answer in a situation I'm sure he was very uncomfortable in. But now that I have a little bit of hindsight, you're going to hear some like FU Schlossnagels, and that may be very, very charitable compared to some of the other stuff they may say. But this is a time where I think those players on the team have to, step up and understand, like, we got to have coaches back. We got to make sure that the story is not that Schlossnagel, Jim Schlossnagel loses in his return to College Station. The players have to make sure that the story is Texas wins a series against a top 20 team on the road.
I agree with you 100% about the players stepping up and knowing what the situation is. We had a conversation about this yesterday, talking about how guys from the Northeast do not really understand what this Texas A&M rivalry is truly all about. And now they're going to see it in spades this time.
In vivid color. Hey, Joe, this is one of those games where Coach Schlossnagel is going to be standing on the grass, right? This is not a dugout game.
I don't know. Oddly enough, I know some great people who sit. I think they sit by the A&M dugout. Yes. And I'm sure that instead of some words of support, they're going to be yelling across the way. But I think I can't remember exactly if A&M have ever had to go back to TCU after he made that move. Of course, that's not a supercharged rivalry, and it didn't play out the way that his move to Texas did. You never really see media from the team that a coach left go to his introductory press conference at his new team. Well, the drive from Bryan College Station was easy for a lot of Texas A&M media. So that was, a couple of years ago when that happened. He's getting grilled, and I understand why. He's getting grilled in his opening press conference. So if they have members of the media contingent doing that, and again, justifiably so, like, I can only imagine what a packed Bluebell Park is going to do. Like, the outfield student section and section 230 something. Yep. They're all going to be crazy, and I bet there will not be a single vacant blade of grass over on that right field berm.
Yeah, because Texas will be in the first base dugout. As always, Joe, we appreciate you, and let the fireworks begin, because I truly am locked in all weekend long on this one.
Should be a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
As always, there he is, our guy Joe Cook of Inside Texas, talking all things Texas baseball and, of course, Texas football. When we come back, who should be the Rookie of the Year? Ooh. Is this one of a debate just like the MVP? Yeah, everybody's got an opinion. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, baseball fans, catch the Round Rock Express right here on 1300 The Zone. All the action and excitement from the ballpark. Don't miss a pitch. It's Round Rock Express Baseball, only on 1300 The Zone.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
A 30-minute slowdown caused by a wreck that blocks off two left lanes on I-35 northbound at Highway 45. You're now backed up from Howard Lane. The opposite direction, I-35 southbound at Woodward Street. Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane. There's also a wreck on FM 1825 at Wells Branch Parkway. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. I've been lucky enough to spend a good amount of time at the newest and the best sports bar in town, the Rowdy Cowboy. Between the grand opening and the live broadcast that we've done, I've had the ability to sample a large part of this menu. And guys, let me tell you, you're going to love it. Along with the 32 beers on tap and the 70 big screen TVs. And of course, the Rowdy Cowgirl. If you haven't been there yet, then what are you waiting on? Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
Domestic violence is one of the most widespread crimes in Texas, yet one of the least reported. The City of Austin provides resources for victims of domestic and sexual abuse by offering housing, healing, and preventative measures, fostering an atmosphere that empowers individuals to break free from dangerous situations. If you or someone you love needs help, call the City of Austin's Victim Services 24-hour hotline at 512-472-HELP. That's 512-472-HELP.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code FUTURE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FUTURE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's FUTURE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
I'm John Walzak, host of the new podcast, Missing in Arizona.
And I'm Robert Fisher, one of the most wanted men in the world.
We cloned his voice using AI. In 2001,
police say I killed my family.
3 dead bodies, 2 were children.
He slit the throat of all of them.
First mom, then the kids.
And rigged my house to explode.
In a quiet suburb.
This is the Beverly Hills of the valley.
My house just exploded and ignited on fire. Before escaping into the wilderness.
Leading police on a massive manhunt in rugged terrain.
There was sleet and hail and snow coming down.
It was the biggest manhunt in Arizona history.
They found my wife's SUV.
Within 50 feet was a cave.
You could be buried under rockfall and you cut a skeleton leaning up against the wall.
And my dog flew.
All I could think of is going to sniper me out of some tree.
But not me.
Police believe he is alive and hiding somewhere.
Can you disappear and change your name and work for cash? Yeah, you can.
Fisher is still very much a priority with the FBI. He's on the 10 most wanted list.
Listen to Missing in Arizona.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Look at inside Texas, talking offense, and of course, Coach Schlossnagel's trip to College Station. I know Coach Schlossnagel's going to try to downplay it. He wants to focus on the game and the kids, and I get it. Joe actually said something that was perfect. This is the time for this baseball team to rally for Coach Schlossnagel. This is a good baseball team in the Texas Longhorns, but I know a lot of folks have been waiting for that moment for this weekend. Speaking of waiting on their moment, it's the NBA, and the playoffs are just around the corner. We had a debate this morning about Wembanyama and what happened yesterday. He ended up getting hurt, but I think he'll be fine. We'll find out more today. But the story that I want to get to is the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year, and I don't know how much y'all have been paying attention to it. Con Knippel set the record for the most three-pointers in a season. Cooper Flagg has been balling since he got into the league. Con Knippel and Cooper Flagg were both teammates, But now the odds have now swung back into Cooper Flagg's favor. Cooper Flagg, for first teenager to score 51 points in a game, and then he becomes the first teenager to go back-to-back 45-point games as he scored 45 the other night against the Lakers. LeBron James spoke very highly of Cooper Flagg and what he's been able to do. But this Conca story continues to happen, and it's kind of like the MVP. The MVP race is between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, and Nikola Jokic. And if you really watch the game of basketball, you can say Shai does this, you can say Victor does this, but the truth of the matter is Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA. He's averaging a triple-double. He's averaging, and not a 10, 10, and 10 triple-double. He putting up Nintendo numbers.
Wow.
Like, he is really hooping. But some people fall in love with a certain type of player. And I've been pounding the table for what Wemby's done and what he means to San Antonio and how he missed last year. And this was a team that a lot of people thought were going to be okay. They won their 60th game last night. That used to be a normal thing when Pop was there. Well, they went through their downturn. That's why they were able to get him as the lottery pick.
Right.
But when you look at the game itself, it should be no debate that Cooper Flagg is the rookie of the year.
I don't think that there was no debate about him being the rookie.
There's a lot.
I thought we were talking about the MVP.
We're doing both. Conca has been in the conversation. He set the record for the most three-pointers in the season.
Knipple's been impressive, but it's still
I agree.
Still Cooper.
But the debate is Cooper Flagg minus 200, Conca plus 150. That's pretty even.
That's pretty close. But I'm just saying, can we take any stock in who is putting this putting this list together? Because if you watch Dallas play, regardless of the fact that they haven't been doing great, but they've been doing moderate to good, Cooper Flagg is the reason for that.
Agreed.
It's nobody else. We talk about the MVP, the most valuable. He is the most valuable player on that team.
For sure.
By far.
For sure. And
the things that he, like, I just watched him the other day play the Lakers, and that was, a slaughter. He had 45 points. He looked like LeBron looked when LeBron was young. Like, this dude, that's the level of good that he is. Come on, man. Coming around the screen and hitting a wide open shot is not being LeBron. Like, that guy, Cooper Flagg should get the MVP, the Rookie of the Year.
ESPN did the NBA Rookie of the Year straw poll results, and right now it has Conca as the winner of the Rookie of the Year from ESPN Rookie straw poll results. On the NBA, on the MVP, they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, followed by Wembanyama, and of course, Nikola Jokic as third. So there's some thought out there that Wemby can definitely win this MVP thoughts, but looking at the Rookie of the Year, there's people that believe that Conca can win it. I'm with you. I don't believe that Conca should win it. I believe it's Cooper Flagg. They moved him to point guard this year, and he figured out a way to get it done, and now he's really, really vibing. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We got so much more to get into. We might continue this conversation as well. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
by texting 64000. You agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this. But I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%. And that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
50 years in the Lone Star State. A one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Finer Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
It's Matt and Bowen. If you've ever had an opinion about a celebrity, a movie, or a random woman on TikTok, this podcast is for you.
Listen to Las Culturistas on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes. No way. Irritation, not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
I'm Lori Siegel, and this is Mostly Human, a tech podcast through a human lens. This week, an interview with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
I think society is going to decide that creators of AI products bear a tremendous amount of responsibility to the products we put out in the world.
An in-depth conversation with the man who's shaping our future.
My highest order bit is to not destroy the world with AI.
Listen to Mostly Human on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Mostly Human and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Got something to say?
Love you.
Well, just tap the red talkback mic on the free iHeartRadio app.
Let's go.
Requests, contests, or just to say hi.
Hey, this is Heather.
Get your voice on the air fast.
I got the windows rolled down, the moonroof open.
Open the iHeartRadio app and try it now.
There are currently more than 200 Beaumont area children in foster care and not enough licensed families to provide them with a safe and loving home. If you would like to learn more about becoming a foster family for children in need, called Buckner Children and Family Services at 409-866-0976. That's 409-866-0976. Or visit buckner.org.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. In hour number 1, we talked about the University of Michigan becoming the men's basketball national champion with a 69-63 victory over UConn. And that is another championship for the Big Ten. That's right, folks. The Big Ten has won men's basketball, women's basketball, and let's not forget about Google Me Kirk Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers winning the national championship in football. We also talked about the spring practice, April the 18th, Fan Fest. Get out to the park. We'll be able to talk about that a little bit more. We also heard from our guy, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. But right now, I want to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets. August the 18th, Carlos Santana and the Doobie Brothers will be performing at the Moody Center. All you got to do is get over to that iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone on AM 1300 The Zone. You know, the one that you're listening to right now. And leave the keyword of the day, Carlos. Carlos is the keyword of the day for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Carlos Santana and the Doobie Brothers August the 18th at the Moody Center. Be locked in all week long as we're going to give you an opportunity to win.
Did you get the video I sent you the other day?
You sent me a lot of
on
videos,
ESPN. They had, I'm thinking about Carlos Santana. They had the air guitar world championships on TV.
Mm-hmm.
The air guitar world championships.
Mm-hmm.
And me and you can't get a show on TV. They got an air guitar show. Hardge. I mean, I could do that. Marcus, I've seen you air guitar.
You seen Marcus air guitar?
No. You see me air drum.
Air drum.
Okay.
I mean, same thing.
I was going to say.
It's the same thing.
It's a different skill set.
Okay, you're not helping.
Dang.
We can't get on TV hard, and they got that on TV.
Yeah.
They played Carlos Santana, and the guy was he was doing it, and I was aggravated because it was on TV. They had the adult big wheel race championships.
Yeah, there's always some weird stuff that's on.
I'm just like, I want to be on TV.
Yeah.
And to see that is just a slap in my face.
You was on TV last night.
Well, I want to be on TV because more.
Yeah, I'm like, you were just on TV. You want to be on TV that much, man?
Yes, I do. I love me some beans.
You sound like the point guard from Michigan.
What was it? Can too?
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get into this conversation because I think it's something that we can continue to touch on, and that is this MVP and the conversation of the MVP, because the debates will always rage, and you can look at the teams and where they are. If you look at the standings right now in the NBA, the Joker now has his team in third place. They have now moved into third place. Why did they move into third place, Mark? Because the Lakers are the walking wounded. So now the Lakers will now take on the Houston Rockets. If the season were to win
Shut up, Mike.
The Rockets and the Lakers, you and Marcus will be going head to head to try to figure out.
And the Rockets will win because the Lakers, they're interviewing the janitor and the guy that sweeps outside today to see if they can play. They are the walking wounded. Not only did Luka have to go to Europe to get stem cell shots, which you really need 3 or 4 days for the stem cells to not wash out of the area that you put them. Then Austin Reeves goes down. And now they're saying that your boy Ravia is
my boy.
Wow.
Yeah, you're the Laker fan.
I am. This is my guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's not. Jake Ravia is not 100%. So who's going to play? So they went out. back to the South Bay Lakers. They brought up Dalton Knecht. They brought up Smith. And you expect two guys from your G League team to come up and help you in the playoffs? Reeves is done. He's done.
Yep.
What you know what, man? I'm just like, I feel bad for LeBron. LeBron is the oldest guy in the league, and he's available. And then you have all the young guys, and they're not. Tell me in what bizarro universe that happened.
It's not a good look. Let's just say that. And looking at the way that the West is set up, you got OKC, who they just continue to roll. You also look at what San Antonio's been able to do. So they're sitting at 2. As I said, Denver has moved up to 3. They will take on the number 6 team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers would take on the Rockets as of today. There's still a lot. There's still a lot into that conversation. And we were just talking behind the scenes about the number 1 overall pick in projection this year for the lottery. And right now, the Washington Wizards hold that distinction at 17 and 61. 5? Indiana Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, Utah Jazz, and Sacramento Kings. Dallas Mavericks fall in at number 8 as of right now.
Well, that's not good for the league because Indiana, they're good. Just their best player and catalyst missed this season. And you give them a top 3 pick? Man, that's not going to be fair.
Well, you know as well as I do, he's not going to come back and be at 100%. Well, I say
early.
That. I'll say that, but Jason Tatum has come back and is playing unbelievable.
True.
So that may wash in the end. But watching these matchups and seeing how this is all playing out is something that I'm going to stay locked into because there's so many good games and good teams. Steph Curry coming back. They're sitting at number 10 right now. They're in the play-in game versus the Portland Trail Blazers. So we'll see what happens there.
They are so far out in the fields, man.
They are, but if you get into the play-in game,
there's only 3 games left, right?
They're sitting at number 10. They're sitting at number 10, which is why Steph
Well,
came
they're
back.
locked in at number 10.
So there you go. So they got a chance. I do want to say this because we didn't really get into this. North Carolina made a hire yesterday, and they decided that there ain't only one place to go, and that's to the pros. They got Bill Belichick to come and coach football, and now they have former NBA champion head coach Mike Malone to go to North Carolina to become the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina normally likes to stay within the family. This time they decided to go outside of the family, and Mike Malone will be named head coach.
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at all. Really, really good coach. But more than a good coach, he's a CEO. You know, he had a lot of power in hiring, firing, managing side of when he won the championship. So you get a guy like that dealing with college players that is kind of like the one and done thing. I don't think he'll want to do that. I think that he'll be the first coach to say, look, we want to sign people to contracts for 2 to 3 years. He'll be that kind of guy.
Right.
Like, because he's an NBA guy.
Right.
You want people that's going to be able to learn your system for more than 1 year.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what ends up happening because of the fact that college and pros are starting to merge in the thought process. The CEOs, as you mentioned, the general managers, the organization of skills is going to be tested when you look at that. Plus, his daughter is on the volleyball team at North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Coming up next, we're getting to the NFL. A lot of names being talked about. But what's next for some Longhorns? We will talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football.
Touchdown! Texas wins!
We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football.
On 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
All lanes are back open after the crash. I-35 northbound on Highway 45 is clear, but it will take some time for speeds to get back to normal. There's reports of a new accident on 360 northbound before Mopac, causing delays to start from Ben White Boulevard, as well as a crash in the service road of I-35 northbound at FM 150, blocking off the right shoulder. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Every town has a guy that was a beer league legend and still is, but he always says, back in high school, I could have gone pro. Now he's playing in the beer league softball with a knee brace and a Bud Light in the dugout. He's still hitting 300, though, if you account all the excuses that he makes up. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas Athletics. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Millions of people move every year for all kinds of reasons. Could be a new job, growing family, or just the need to start fresh. Whatever it is, when that time comes, it helps to go with a company that you can trust. That's where Penske Truck Rental comes in. Their trucks are clean, newer, well-maintained, so you're starting your move with equipment that you can count on. Penske is also the only one that gives you free unlimited miles on one-way rentals. So if your plans shift or you take a detour, there's no extra cost for the extra miles. They won't even charge you for updating your reservation. Penske gets it. Life changes and your plans do as well. They've got you covered. Over 2,000 locations, support around the clock, real people who actually answer the phone. Great people to deal with. Penske helps you gain ground like no other company can. Go to PenskeTruckRental.com or download the Penske Truck Rental app and find what you need today.
You know what your customers are doing right this second? The exact same thing you are, listening to me. Which, let's be honest, is kind of flattering. But my point is, ads on iHeartRadio actually get heard. In the car, at the gym, on the couch, while people are walking their dogs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. That's right. You're a good boy. So why not make the next ad about you? Get started today. Call 844-844-iHeart or go to iHeartAdvertising.com. That's 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
A documentary is in the works for 60s and 70s supergroup Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore.
In a new interview, Graham Nash told Ultimate Classic Rock that the band had argued, and everyone knows that. But the members have a deep love for each other, and it shows in the film. He added that people are going to understand the relative importance of the music that we've made over the last 60 years. The late David Crosby first shared news about the documentary in 2021. Fans can expect a soundtrack to go with the documentary, which has yet to receive a title or release date. I'm Mark Mayfield.
CBS says Byron Allen will step into Stephen Colbert's time slot when The Late Show ends next month. The network plans to air back-to-back half-hour episodes of Comics Unleashed on weekdays, starting May 22nd. Lady Gaga is canceling her shows this week in Montreal. She was scheduled to perform at the city's Bell Center Thursday and Friday, but Gaga says she's sick and that she's heartbroken. She's going to have to miss her little monsters. Zendaya thinks Euphoria is coming to an end. The actress said during a recent appearance on the Drew Barrymore show that she thinks the upcoming third season would be the last for the HBO drama. That's despite the 4-year hiatus between seasons 2 and 3. And that's entertainment. I'm Daria Albinger.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. The NFL is heating up. The draft is just around the corner. Speaking of the draft, we will be at Rowdy Cowboy for the NFL draft starting at 2 o'clock. We have a special show that we always do during the draft time. So make sure that you come out and hang out with us. We'll give you more information as it gets closer. But I wanted to talk about this too, because there is a lot of conversation circling around the draft, and it's more around who is number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's a lot of names that are on the board, but I always look at it on the need. We talked about this a little bit more and more each day. And if you look at talent-wise, Jeremiah Love is one of the best players on the draft board. He should be. When you look at prospects and you look at what his upside can be. But then you also have to look at what is your team's need. And for me, looking at Texas Tech is somebody, as a player, that has been getting a lot of conversation, and that's David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. Now, if you've watched him play, you know that he is very, very disruptive. But my question is he going to be that at the next level? Mark, you like watching guys come off the edge and being able to have that lean and see certain things. This guy definitely has that. But going to the New York Jets, is that an organization that you want to be a part of at this time?
No, not at all. I mean, you knew what I was going to say when you asked me that. Like, you go to the Jets, man, it's like that's where hope goes to die. The Jets, man, there's so many players that have gone to the Jets, and Hardge, we have never heard from them again.
All you hear from them when they get traded.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. To the Cowboys.
That's true.
Quentin Williams. And then you start to look at the name that we brought up yesterday, TJ Parker, guy from Clemson, played in the ACC, who, you know, Clemson guys, when they get to the league, they're either going to be really, really good or they're going to be suspect as well. TJ Parker, another name.
I'm so glad you said well.
Well, I'm just saying, you start looking at them, you start to understand. Another name to pay attention to is another edge rusher. I know we talk about Reuben Bain Jr. a lot. He may fall to the Cowboys, but Akeem Mesidor is another name. The problem is he's going to be 25. He's going to be 25. He's going to be off his parents' insurance, but he's going to be ready to go to the league and get a chance to play at 25 years old. When you look across the NFL, and Mark, you saw D'Amico Ryans last night at WWE. The question that I have is, right now, the Houston Texans, in this mock draft that I saw from Daniel Jeremiah, they're looking at another Clemson player, defensive tackle, Peter Woods. Now, Danielle Hunter's there. You have Will Anderson Jr., who's been killing it the whole time. But don't they need to find somebody on the offensive line before they go out there and look for somebody else on the defensive line? I guess I should ask you this, Marcus, because you the resident Houston Texan fan.
Yes, definitely. You need. I've been consistent on it. They have improved during free agency of shoring up the offensive line, but I'm in a mode of more
offensive
offensive line
to protect CJ Stroud.
Not only protect CJ Stroud, but also to improve that running game.
Yep.
Because last year it seemed like you was not getting to the second level, even though your starting running back was out for the season. It seems like he just still wasn't getting to the second level of the defense.
Yeah. So I'm curious to that. But they did go out and get David Montgomery. So we'll see what happens with that, with the running back room. You got Woody Marks. He seems to be a good enough change of pace guy for you in that. But that offensive line, what's next? I would draft offensive line because you've got plenty of depth on the defensive side of the ball.
I think that they had issues last year at the end of the season when the tight end got hurt. And that was kind of like his safety valve. Dalton Schultz. And maybe, I don't know. I think that Sadiq will be gone by, that time. They need another explosive piece on that offense that can help them in the receiving game because those wide receivers let him down.
Well, Tank Dell should be back this year, and that what all the reports are saying that he's working out, and
Sandy looks good too.
Yeah, and but he is slight, and he does have a history, so we'll see what happens with that. I thought Jaden Higgins and Jalen Nolan all had an opportunity last year, and they stepped up to it. Nico needs to stay healthy, and then Xavier Hutchinson, he was kind of clutch down the stretch for them. Defensively, though, you got Will Anderson, as I said, and Daniil Hunter. Both of those guys raised havoc. Sheldon Rankins, we'll see how he feels about that. Tommy Teogli, I don't know about him, but you got other guys in the back of him, Logan Hall and Dominique Robinson, two guys that can get there and get in the middle of the field. I'm just curious to what the Houston Texans are going to be able to do.
You was right in the beginning. They should go offensive line and give the most protection that you can give Stroud because he slipped this year because you always say he's seeing the term seeing ghosts. He's running before he even makes his reads because people are huffing down his neck.
Yeah. It's a different look.
Put a wall up there to help him out, to keep him from getting chased within a second and a half. Like you can't get nothing done.
If not that, he's rushing his throws too, and he's not putting his foot. He's not stepping through. So yeah, his passes were tailing off because he was rushing passes and he was throwing off the wrong leg. He was just doing things.
But why was he doing that?
Because you don't have a shored up offensive line, and he wasn't confident in it either.
There you go.
Yeah, you got
hire a quarterback coach specifically to get him out of that funk, like they did in Seattle.
Yep.
Get that quarterback and say, look, man, what was is not now. We need you to get your technique right, plant your feet, throw the ball with follow through, please. Like you need to have somebody there to remind you who you are, what your skill set is.
Well, they did hire Jerry's, I cannot pronounce, Shubnisky.
Yeah.
From New England, was it?
Him.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, you got that guy. So, I mean, I really want both of these teams to do well in the draft to upgrade themselves because, I mean,
it'll give us more to talk about.
We cover both of these teams, and the Texans have been bringing more joy to Texans fans as they were at one point walking out of the stadium during the games, and then all of a sudden they get a chance to go do something. The Cowboy fans, I'm just dealing with it, man. I'm just dealing with it.
It would be nice.
They're going to be better this year. That defense is already. They haven't played one play, and that defense is better.
Okay.
It would be nice. It would be nice that we were all happy every Sunday.
Oh, happy, joy.
I don't think I've ever had that weekend in my life where it's been both teams come in, play well, and we can come in here and talk about it the whole day. Texas football does a great job as well. Yeah, they've been a little bit different than normal days. I will say that.
Let's see how many times this upcoming season that we get a Cowboy win, a Texans win, and a Longhorn win in the same weekend.
Yeah, that could be rough to think about, but it's something to think about. I appreciate that. Coming up next, we're going to hear from our guy, the world's strongest man, who's going to be bringing you his world's strongest take. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
A crash on Loop 360 northbound before Mopac is causing things to be backed up on Highway 290. There's also reports of an accident on Mopac southbound at Palmer Lane and some rush hour traffic on I-35 northbound going from 45 to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for 15 to 20 minutes to be added to your commute. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters. With care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678 or online at avconsultations.com.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The Instant Oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your sixth graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, a mix of sun and clouds for your Tuesday, a high in the mid to upper 70s, a few clouds tonight, a low of 54. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a high of 83, a nighttime low of 60.
This report is sponsored by Cayetano Development. Your tax refund feels good, doesn't it? Now here's a smarter idea. Instead of spending it on stuff that disappears in a week, use it to buy your home site in Austin. Low down payment, low closing costs, and budget-friendly monthly payments. No banks, open contract, fixed rate. Visit CayetanoDevelopment.com.
April is prime sports time.
Launches at 3, got it.
And iHeartRadio has you locked in. Start your day with Fox Sports Radio's Dan Patrick, getting you caught up on the biggest stories.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
Then find your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam for Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going #1. Who do you have at #2?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
You heard the beat drop. That can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hardge?
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What's up?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Well, guys, another edition of the World's Strongest Take. And we had an interesting conversation in the break. Well, 2 breaks ago. And it was about the MVP race. And we both came to the conclusion that the most valuable player is not the best scorer. We both all three have come to the conclusion that it's not about your team's record. So that being said, excuse me. That being said, you cannot make it about scoring, so that eliminates Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that eliminates Brown from Boston, who is averaging 29 points a game, by the way. The guy that we said is doing the most and is the most valuable guy is Joker. Joker is averaging 27 points. He's averaging 13 rebounds, and he's averaging 10.8, almost 11 assists a game. 11 assists is like saying, hey, I'm going to help my team with about 27 points in scoring. And with threes, maybe 31 points a game. I'm going to score 27, and I'm going to help my team with another 27. What's more valuable than that, Hardge? I mean, you can say, okay, Victor Wembanyama, he's scoring 27 points. He's getting 11 rebounds. He's averaging almost 4 blocks a game. But more than anything, he is affecting the game because he makes you not take shots. He changes the help defense and alters a lot of shots. He's doing offense, he's rebounding, and he's the #1 defensive player in the league, too. That's where the tire meets the road with me. I would say Joker first, He affects the game more than any other player in the league, averaging a triple-double. By the way, to throw this in as dessert for Joker, he's averaging 1 and 1. 1 steal, 1 block a game. He's a two-way guy with what he's already doing great. It's hard to argue that. So this is my order. And then I'll hand it over to you guys, because I want Marcus' opinion too. Joker, Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka, Brown. What say you? Hardge.
I mean, those are some compelling points. Victor Wembanyama leads the NBA in blocks per game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is plus 11.3 plus minus. He shoots 55.2% from the field. Joker is averaging a triple-double every 2 games. Luka is leading the NBA in scoring. But I said this, and I'll say it again. Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics were not supposed to be the number 2 seed in the East. They were not.
That's true.
Jaylen Brown carried this team. Finally was an all-star. Finally got some respect, except for the Beijing, getting it on a lot of people's shirts.
He ruined a lot of jerseys.
he lost some street cred on that too. He lost street cred. He might have lost some votes for the MVP because he was wearing the Beijing. But he carried that team, and the world got a chance to see him in a whole different light.
Can I ask you a question? I know I handed this to you. If Jason Tatum would not have come back and it would have just been him for another 20 games, are we having this conversation?
I think so, because people are getting enamored with the scoring. Because look at what Luka was doing. And remember, Luka was the one everybody was pushing. Oh, he's going to get the MVP. He deserves it. Look at what he's doing. He's putting up 40 points, 50 points, like being able to get 10 assists, 12 assists. Oh, man, he's doing all this stuff. The Lakers were in 4th, 5th place at that time. Now you look at it, and you look at what the Joker has done. And as you said, 28, 13, and 11. These aren't barely triple doubles.
And 1 and 1.
Right. This ain't barely triple doubles. It's the thought process of the way that people look at this award. And that's why so many people get upset about these awards.
He's leading the league in rebounds and assists.
Right. That's my point.
He's a center leading the league in assists. That's crazy.
And can hit threes and stretches the floor. I mean, like the way that look, man, I know.
And he doesn't even care.
Right. He's trying to go do his horse races. But the thing about it is, what is the award? Like, what is the MVP award?
That's what you do first. Come up with the criteria, figure it out, and then have a collective say, this is what's going to make it, and then see what happens. But right now, it's so up in the air. It's just like you just told me something that blew my mind. You said that Concaniple is right now, people are saying that he may beat Cooper Flagg in the rookie race?
Yeah.
How? Because he hit the most threes any rookie has ever hit? That don't mean nothing to me. I don't even watch the 3-point shooting contest. I rarely watch the dunk contest anymore. That's where that falls to me. All-Star weekend.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it.
It's ridiculous.
And the debate will continue to rage on because of the fact when you look at the way that it's broken down, It's a broken system. My man is averaging 25, 12, and 3. That's Victor. But Joker is averaging a triple-double, and people are bored with it. That's the thing that bothers me. It's just so crazy.
He's accounting for another 31 points.
Yeah, man. We'll come back, finish the conversation. Texas baseball has a big matchup tonight. Obviously, we know what the weekend looks like, but there's so much more right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Baseball season is here, and the Round Rock Express are ready to take the field. Hear all the action right here on 1300 The Zone. Whether you're at home or on the road, stay connected with Round Rock Express Baseball live on 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A crash on Loop 360 northbound before Mopac is causing things to be backed up on Highway 290. There's also reports of an accident on Mopac southbound at Palmer Lane and some rush hour traffic on I-35 northbound going from 45 to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for 15 to 20 minutes to be out of your commute. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mark here, the world's strongest man. I've been lucky enough to spend a good amount of time at the newest and the best sports bar in town, the Rowdy Cowboy. Between the grand opening and the live broadcast that we've done, I've had the ability to sample a large part of this menu. And guys, let me tell you, you're gonna love it. Along with the 32 beers on tap and the 70 big screen TVs, and of course, the Rowdy Cowgirl. If you haven't been there yet, then what are you waiting on? Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
What if your checking account paid you like a savings account? With Austin Telco's True Earnings Checking, earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. Just deposit $1,500 in new money each month and make 15 debit transactions. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Open your True Earnings Checking online or at any Austin area location. Visit atfcu.org. Eligibility and terms apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. We got a lot into transfer portal. Texas has two basketball players, three actually, that have now gotten into the portal. Aaliyah Crump, freshman, 5-star freshman. Justice Carlton, big major part of the team's success this past season. And Aaliyah Moore, who was here rehabbing all offseason and during the season. And now she's going to end her career somewhere else. A lot of names to pay attention to for Texas men's basketball. A lot of questions are being asked about certain players. We also got a chance to talk to our guy, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Make sure you get over to the podcast page over at the iHeartRadio app. Our guy, Marcus, will have that up in just a little while. We also talk spring, as my man Chan said, jamboree. We're going to call it a jamboree at this particular moment. So we'll see how that works. So we'll start looking at this too. Texas baseball will play a midweek game against Incarnate Word. They will play that game tonight, 6:30. You can hear all the action on 103.1 FM. But I wanted to get into Anthony Pack Jr. Anthony Pack Jr. has been a special player since the day he got on campus. This is a young man that, if you remember, Coach Schlossnagle talked about him early in the year. Mark asked him, who is somebody that we need to pay attention to this season? And he said, I'm really been impressed with what he's seen from Anthony Pack Jr. And well, Anthony Pack Jr., all he's done is make way his entire time on the field. He's been in right field. He's been in left field. He went this past weekend. He was named co-freshman of the week. He batted .563 with an OPS of 1299. He was slashed. He had 3 consecutive multiple hit games, driving in the game-winning 2-run double to secure the victory on Saturday. He has reached safely in 10 of his 13 plate appearances, and he's continued to show the reason why Coach believed in him from the very beginning. He became the 5th Texas Longhorn to collect SEC weekly honors. Dylan Volantis, Timo Becerra, Sam Kozar, and Ruger Riojas all have gotten that award now with Anthony Pack Jr.
Man, that's what you call versatility. You don't have just one guy doing special things, but a multitude of guys doing it. That's why the record is what it is. What's next, though, for them, Hardge? I mean, we know that they got this, this game tonight and this weekend with A&M, which it would be really good to beat them.
Absolutely.
Really good to beat them. But when I say what's next, I don't mean just this season. I mean, like, once you get to the SEC playoffs, once you get to the NCAA tournament, like, what do you see happening? By then, all of these guys, young guys, They won't be freshmen. They won't be rookies no more.
I think at this point they're not rookies. They've been thrown into the fire. Texas has already played 31 games. They played 12 in conference. They won all the series so far. They're sitting at second in the SEC behind 10-2 Georgia. Texas is at 9-3. 8-4 is Alabama. 7-5 is Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Florida. Kentucky sitting at 6-6 with Auburn, LSU, and Vanderbilt. Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Arkansas, which that is crazy that Arkansas is down there where they are. They're sitting at 5-7. Tennessee, new coach, new system, new things happening, are sitting at 4-8. Missouri 3-9, and South Carolina, who is 2-10, who got that one win against the University of Texas. Got to be able to lock in during those games.
Yeah.
But it'll be important for Texas to continue what they're doing, continue to win series every single weekend, and give themselves that opportunity to be one of the top teams in the country. You look at D1 baseball, Texas is number 2, Georgia is number 4. Alabama is sitting at number 8. Mississippi State is at number 9. Texas plays Alabama and Mississippi State at home here in the next couple of weeks. Auburn is sitting at number 15. Oklahoma is number 16. Texas A&M is number 18. Arkansas is sitting at number 22. LSU 24, and Ole Miss was at 25. That can't be right. That cannot be right. But that's a lot of people ranked.
That's a lot.
I'm just like, man, this is updated. What? Let me see how that works. But nonetheless, Texas is sitting at number 2 still in the nation. So big weekend, or a big week for Texas baseball. I do want to get your thoughts before the show ends, Mark, on the transfer portal. Texas men's and women are obviously going to be in search of players in the transfer portal. So I'm curious to your thoughts on the needs that you think Texans need to get after.
I'm gonna start with the men. They need a force, inside defender that can rebound and that's got a motor that makes people mad. You need that guy to get under your skin. You need another point guard that can not do exactly what Marks did, but that can be Marks light. When I say that, I mean a big guy that can facilitate scoring for others. You need a designated shooter. Heine was not the guy. Pope did a lot of good things, but he's an undersized guard that is gone.
Yep.
So you got to replace that too. So I mean, the men need a lot, but the women, a force at center. Another force at center. I think that, we talked about this, the ladies went in the portal. All of them are not going to be gone for good. I don't think that this is a gone for good situation. A lot more of the undertones than I do, but I do know this. The University of Texas is going to make every effort to get them to come back here. And they're very persuasive.
We shall see.
Okay.
We shall see. We shall see. It says they're interesting for sure.
Sounds like I'm hoping and praying.
Yeah, Hope just left. So keep praying.
God.
Hope jumped to the transfer portal.
No Hope? Oh.
She jumped to the transfer portal, buddy. So we'll see what ends up happening. Make sure you stay locked in. Coming up next, you got Dan Patrick, followed by Colin Cowherd, the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, our guy, Craig Way, Bucky and BK. And, of course, you got Round Rock Express baseball tonight. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. We'll hear it from Coach Sark tomorrow as we get ready, and Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman shed some light on what's happening on the 40. Right here on AM 1300, The Zone, in the morning kickoff. Peace.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.